I'm sleeping. There is a place where the lost things go. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you know. Lost things like strings, keys and clocks. Lost hopes and dreams. Lost loves and socks. And all these things we lose when travel to a place where they rust and fade and unravel. But sometimes, just sometimes, out of this mess, something wakes, something quakes, something takes its first breath. Slowly, he lifts his head and looks around. He discovers a hand, which is attached to an arm, which is attached to him. He slowly lifts himself off the ground. That's it, Leo. And he comes to a nice standing position. He takes some breaths. And another one for good measure. And he lets the breath move through his body. He then yawns and stretches his arms up big. He has been asleep for a very long time. As his arms descend, he looks down and sees his feet and legs and whole body. And it all appears to be made of string. He then notices that there are a lot of people around him. And he thinks, wow, I'm a lot bigger than them. But they all seem to have arms and legs and bodies too. He becomes curious about his body and what his body can do. He lifts his left knee and pops it back down. He then lifts his right knee and puts it back down. He decides to lift them both at the same time. Up. Oh, and he promptly falls to the ground. That's right. Oh, poor Leo. He has just discovered gravity. He looks up, a little shaken, and slowly pulls himself back together again. Leo decides that he wants to explore this some more. He tries jumping up into the air, but first, he crouches down low. And then, propelling himself up, he jumps. Oh, and he lands on his feet. It feels pretty good, so he wants to do it again. Crouching down even deeper this time, and jumping even higher. He lands again on his feet. He really does love the feeling of falling and catching himself. He prepares for another jump, but this time he wants to go higher than ever before. He crouches low, lower. He takes in a huge breath and jumps up into the air. But this time the wind catches him and he is soaring through the sky. Before he knows it, Leo is flying. He has never flown before and is quite surprised about what's happening. Not really sure what to do up in the air, he looks around for some guidance. Can anybody out here show Leo how to fly? Oh, yep. Oh, we've got one here. Wow. Yes, so can we get our arms moving like a bird? That's it, Leo. He flattens his arms, which propel him further and further into the sky. Now he's flying up in the sky. Can you hear the birds? They sound like cockatoos, which seem to have followed us from Australia. invisible strings. Leo tries to fly harder to catch up with them. He thinks that maybe if he can fly, he might be a bird too and belong with their flock. He flies and flies, but they are too fast for him to catch up. And then he is left flying on his own. A cloud appears in front of him and he doesn't want to fly into it. So he glides over to the left. Oh, we're narrowly missing that cloud. But then another cloud appears, so he glides over to the right. Wow, but then a huge cloud appears straight ahead of him. He tries to fly above it, but it's too big, and he ends up flying right into it. It brushes through his strings and fills him up completely from the inside out. He begins floating like a cloud. Soft and gentle movements. Leo can see lots of people below him, but they seem so small and so far away. And he feels so big and on his own. He begins to feel heavy, like a cloud full of rain, and starts to drift down, sinking slowly, slowly to the ground. Leo spots somebody reaching out to him and taking his hand. He's never felt a human before, and their skin is so soft and moisturized and perfect. Leo wonders, am I like that? Do I belong here? He decides to stand up tall and with courage decides to go searching where he belongs. Okay, thank you everyone. We have just finished this chapter. If you would like to find out what happens next, you've got to stick around. Can we get a round of applause to all of our volunteer puppeteers? Okie doke. So, for the next chapter, which I'm sure you're all wanting to find out what happens, we're going to need some new volunteers. Yeah, we've got some volunteers over there. Leo has decided to search for a place where he belongs. He's going to have to walk a long way. Leo, however, has never actually walked before. He looks around and sees people doing it and decides, well, it can't be that hard. He stands up tall and centers himself. He takes a deep breath. He looks down at his legs and brings his arms up for balance. He then decides to lift his left knee and come it back down. And he takes a step with his right knee. And well, that seems to work, so he goes a bit faster. And that's it. Oh, he's a little bit uncoordinated, so we've got to go back to basics. Let's go. Left and down. Right and down. Okay, let's go left and right and left and right. Go, Leo. Okay, he's doing it now. Okay, well, in Leo's defense, Oh, and it's cold, so he shivers all over. But you know what? He feels strangely drawn to it. So he slowly walks into the water. And as he walks, the water level around him slowly rises. And his limbs and body gradually become weightless. Walking like he's just wading through the water. His limbs are bobbing up and down on the surface. He feels like he wants to relax a bit, so he floats up on his back. Up he goes. Knees up. Beautiful. He's floating and the water feels silky and soothing. Looking up at the sky, Leo feels relaxed and calm. He can't tell where he stops and the water starts. He feels like he belongs here, in this body of water. Leo slowly rolls onto his belly. And he begins to swim. Can anyone out there show Leo how you might do a breaststroke? Oh wow! I can see so many breaststrokes out there. Okay, Leo, we're going to go like this. We're going to move our arms like a little froggy. That's it, he's swimming. He kicks his legs and arms, propelling them through the water. He feels free and weightless, and he loves it. Leo can start to see the ocean floor below him. He wants to dive down and touch it. He kicks with his feet, propelling himself deeper and deeper down. But the deeper he goes, the darker it becomes. And Leo starts to feel unsure. He keeps diving down until he is almost at the bottom. He can barely see now. But he reaches down and touches the ocean floor with his hand. He made it! Satisfied, he starts swimming back up to the surface. But something is wrong. He doesn't seem to be getting closer and closer to the surface. In fact, he's sinking. His springs have become soaked and heavy, and he can't move himself through the water. He is completely full of water himself. He struggles and struggles, going nowhere. Until he has no more strength. Silent. He feels very, very alone. Leo sighs and cries. It's very sad. His tears dissolving into the water around him. Leo sees a little fish. That's pretty clearly come to play with him, and it gives him a tickle on his right knee. Oh, and he laughs. And the little beautiful fishy goes to his left knee and tickles it. Oh, and he had a pretty big reaction to that one. And he comes on down to Leo's left hand, giving it a little tickle. And over to the shoulder. And look, this fishy's a bit curious, so it's going to tickle the booty. Oh! Okay. This fishy is tickling Leo all over and he starts to giggle. The laughter is making him weightless. And he begins to rise to the surface. He looks down at the fishy and he sees that it's made of strings just like him. He thinks, am I a fish? But just as that thought came, the fishy disappears. Leo can start to see the shoreline now. And he decides to start walking up the beach. Wading back through the water again. But the waves have brought something in. Rolling up. And every time that Leo gets closer, all the waves bring it back out. Oh, and back in again. But we're up to our next break again. So if you really want to find out what happens to Leo, you're going to have to stick around. Can we give our puppeteers a big round of applause? Thank you. We have one more chapter left of Leo's story. So we will need 10 more volunteers. Now, he wants to see if this ball can bounce. So he drops it. Boing. Oh, and it does. He decides to give it a go again. Boing. Oh, and again. And again. Oh, and he throws it all the way to the other hand. And he knocks it down. And again, he knocks it. That's it. And again, he knocks it. And one more time. That's it. And he takes it up to the knees. And he hits it up like a soccer player. That's it. And over to his other knee. And hitting it up. That's it. Oh, one more time, Bobby. Okay. He then decides to go all the way over to the booty. So he's got to lean forward for this one. Get into some twerking action. And up he goes. Woohoo! Go Leo! And then it flips all the way down. Rolls to his feet. We also see a lot of people out there who maybe want to play with this board too. So, he's going to kick it out to the crowd. Alright, you can do it, Leo. And whoa! That was a pretty good kick for a first month. And the audience are going to help bounce it back to Leo. Beautiful participation out there. Oh, it's coming back, Leo. Let's get ready. Whoa, and again, let's go with the other foot. Okay, you got it, Leo. And let's boot it. Woo! Wow, that one had power. Oh. That's it, we gotta get that ball back. Oh, you're not. Oh, you're coming in too fast, Megan. Whoa! And then he knocks it down. The audience gasps. Knocked out. He lifts his head, but all that he can see are stars. A little wobbly, he lifts himself up. He looks around, but still, all that he can see are stars. eyes are full of them. He looks closer at the eyes looking up at him and realizes that they are full of stars too, all reflecting back up at him. In that moment, Leo loses all fear. He realizes it doesn't matter how different he looks or feels, because everyone is made up of the same stuff as him, all woven into being from threads and dreams and the dust of stars. And finally, Leo feels like he is home, where he belongs. Leo is so overcome with happiness that his body feels electric. And he can't help but dance. He taps one foot and then the other, and then before he knows it, his hips are moving too. He loves the groove and rhythm of his dance moves. It's infectious, and everyone else around him starts to dance too. Everyone else around him starts to dance too. Yeah. All right. Leo looks down and decides he wants to copy some moves. Do you have a move over here? What about a little bit of a wave of the arms? Can you do this, Leo? Whoa. And can you move your hips side to side? Oh yeah. That's it. He's getting into groove of things now. Okay. Can we thank our puppeteers here for joining us? Want to give you a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Alright. That's it. You just rinse that. Oh. And what's that, Leo? He wants to show you a special dance. Yep, he learned it back home, back on my jungle Gamucha, and it's called the Leo. Okay, are you ready, Leo? Yeah? Almost. Okay. We're going to watch very closely because it might go TikTok viral. Okay, you ready? We are going to move our right knee. Let's go. And I'm going to grab walk over. And just do a little booty wiggle. That's it. Alright. Let's lift up the left knee. And we're going to crab walk over. And do a little booty wiggle. Alright. We've got a pretty cool move up here, Leo. Let's give you your right foot. Leo is a fan of the ballet, so we're going to do an arabesque. Can you do an arabesque, Leo? Yeah, he can. Oh, whoa! Prima ballerina. Okay, Leo, we're going to do our finishing move. Let's do it. Up. Okay, Leo. All right, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! You're pretty impressive. Thank you, everybody. We are Spare Parts Puppet Theatre, and we'll be here every day until Tuesday. And we have 5 shows a day, so please tell your family and your friends and bring your little family members as well. We would love to see you up here. Thank you.